Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The React. My name is Lacey Susan.
I'm Zelda Moon.
And I'm Boo.
And this is the Beastie Girls React, where we react to RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Season 2, season 3. And we do this every time.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Season 3. Stop.
Yeah.
I keep getting Canada and this confused.
3.
Well, they both start Crystal, so.
Yeah.
Best things come in threes.
Yep. That's the one. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Benign. I feel like your audio is terrible as a result of me. Oh, actually, you know what you can do? Do you want to, on your Zoom, go to the mic setting and just change it to computer mic and then not the headphone mic? Because that might give us a better recording of your sound. Because AirPods apparently don't like doing recording.
What are you dressed up as, Lazy Susan?
Oh, I just got this new gorgeous wig. Look at how fucking hot this curly girl is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, so much better. But yeah, so I just got this new wig. So I just thought in celebration of that, I feel like this woman, she lives in New York. She's a chain smoker. The year is 1978. She works at a publishing agency and she's fed up with one of her clients, who's maybe a young Fran Lebowitz. And she says, Fran, you just got to do it. Well, she lights her 50th cigarette for the morning. She says, I don't want to come back around here again. The New Yorker is breathing down my neck for a new review, for new talent, and I'm very busy. You know, that kind of vibe.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah. Is
Sort
this
of thing.
coffee hot? What's happening here? You know, that kind of woman.
Mm.
And these glasses are such a revelation. Look at that color. It's like amber. These could be an ashtray at a very glamorous kind of dive bar. What about you, Benign Girl?
What have I come as?
Yeah, what have you come as for this Halloween party?
Boring old me.
But now with a mullet.
Yeah.
Do you want to show it to the camera or just leave us in suspense?
Well, can't you see?
No.
Yeah. I may be a barber, but that doesn't mean I can cut the back of my hair.
Well, admit it. You heard it here first, folks. Chop Shop is going under. Doesn't mean I can do it.
I was cleaning the floor, so for the viewers, my shop's window got smashed this week.
Oh, true.
And I'd just been like they fixed the window and stuff, but all the glass was all over the floor, and I'd just been putting it off because I was like, oh, that's too hectic. And I went in today to clean it, and then I had the lights on because I was sweeping up and stuff, and then my phone went off, but I didn't look at it, and then 20 minutes later someone rocked up and was trying to get in the door. And I was like, oh, what? And then I was like, sorry. And they walked away. And then they called me and they were like, well, hi. So I booked an appointment and it went through. So why can't I get my hair cut? Why did you let the booking go through? And I was like, go away. What?
What they think is just oh, I tricked the system. This is no longer against the law.
Yeah.
But on a technicality, you have to cut my hair because I did it through the website.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and it went through. It got accepted. So
that's how state emergency mandates work. You fucking. Yeah, no. So we made this appointment in May before there was a global pandemic. So we're actually allowed to do it.
So stupid.
Fucking
and then he was just he was like, oh, well, when are you going to then? When
ma'am.
I can. And then he was like, oh, okay, right. Well,
I'm gonna
I'll just have to sort that out when we can then, like drawing the conversation out for way too long.
Oh my
Like,
God.
okay, I'm
How old
sorry
was
about
this
that.
person?
Goodbye. 30s.
30. Was he hot?
Like 30s.
Was he hot?
Could be 40.
Was he hot?
Like I couldn't really tell.
Did he sound hot?
He was like, you know, well, he was being distressed, so no.
There's nothing hotter than a distressed heterosexual man.
Confused. You didn't know what's happening.
What?
Nothing.
Huh? And Zelda, who are you dressed as?
I'm Coke's new spokeswoman for 2022.
Oh, Sofia Vergara.
Maybe I'm
Libby
maybe
Chesler from Sabrina.
No.
No.
No, maybe I'm oh my God, Sophia, I'm not. Oh, Monica Bellucci, thank you.
Oh, that's hot.
Maybe. Oh, I keep
Maybe you're Lydia Chaballo from The Real Housewives of Melbourne.
That's the right hair for it. And actually that gown would be quite good for that. So no more Gladys Berejiklian. To those international viewers, how do we explain this to someone from America? So instead of like state senators, I guess we still do have a senate there.
Not in Queensland.
So we have a premier for each state and territory. Do the territories have premiers? I don't know this.
I don't know if they're called premier, but they definitely have like a
some top dog, the head honcho.
Yeah.
Anyway, the top dog from Sydney, Miss Gladys Berejiklian, the leader of the liberal interests in Sydney, is
liberal being conservative.
Liberal, like uppercase L, liberal, like is now gone.
Gone girl.
And Vanity is upset about that.
Oh my God.
And I'm upset about that.
I'm upset about that.
Yeah, that is quite
as
upsetting.
well.
I just don't get it. I'm like, what are we supporting the libs now? Just what?
And like this, the reporting on it today was just so random.
Oh.
Like the people were being like, oh, poor Gladys.
Did you watch the ABC Live?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, so it happened really quickly because they opened up an anti-corruption investigation into Gladys Berejiklian. And she got out quick smart, which is what you do when you're innocent. But she like all of these like ABC reporters had clearly just like been pulled out of whatever the fuck they were doing, and there was this woman standing and like she'd just clearly been thrown into hair and makeup for like a second and is standing in like a windy alleyway, probably still coming down off her like meth binge from the night before, and then gets the call like Gladys is out, and she's like, oh no, and takes another bump, and she's like speaking absolute fucking nonsense, standing in the wind being like, Gladys is and so anyway, and furthermore, and that is it, and then just wandered off into the night. It was so funny, all these like stressed out reporters.
So random.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Do you know what is fucked though? That
What?
like
What?
Gladys like is a mole, but like so is all the other corrupt fuckers that are like in politics. But like when it's a Ms that's corrupt, everyone hounds in and they have to quit their job. But when it's a
Mr.
nothing happens.
Yeah, well, that's it. The misogyny is such a strange situation when it's like combined with like a liberal opponent, like a far right, a right wing opponent, because you're like, I celebrate you and want you to do this thing, but you are working against your own interests in a party that is not interested in the rights of women. So why are you there?
Yeah.
Like, unless there's some kind of disconnect happening here. Because these old fuckers could not give a shit
Literally.
about the ladies. Anyway, yeah, bye. But you know what? It really does reflect different on Dan's legacy. He must be having a cold one tonight.
Oh, he'd be on the bill.
Like loving it.
Like frothing it, being like, oh, too bad, so sad.
Well,
Yeah.
he's won. Now he's won.
He has one.
Yeah.
But who steps up to the plate now?
Well, that's the thing, you know, it's the Hydra. It's the fucking heads of the Hydra. You're not getting anywhere by getting rid of one of them. It's like, you know, yeah, so lame.
If it's the fucking guy that's the deputy now, he's 10 times as bad.
Well, that's it. You know, it's like, you know, this is what's happened every time.
Every time I think.
What was I gonna? There was something else that happened. Oh, did you guys watch the Fenty show, Savage Fenty by Robin Fenty?
I haven't seen it.
I saw Simone and got Mick in it.
That's right. Yeah, they both looked incredible. The Simone moment was off the chain. Just so incredible. Yeah, are you into the whole Fenty thing, the Savage Fenty moment?
So in my mind, it's like the Marco shows, right? Like it's just like a big event of.
Well, I wouldn't say something that rude. I would say it's more like if you had like a contemporary version of the Victoria's Secret show, but with like a next level, like kind of finesse as far as like the aesthetics of the entire affair. And like the celebrities involved are a lot more like the coolest of the cool.
Yeah.
Because like obviously Rihanna can get anyone she wants because actually Troy walked as well, Miss Savan.
Our Troy.
So I'm assuming our letter got lost in the mail.
Yes, yet again.
Robin. But it's funny because even amongst all
time.
Sorry, bitch. It's funny because Rihanna, like, even though she has like all of these incredible models and all the most famous people in the world, she still managed to like eclipse them all in her like general coolness and fabulousness. It's kind of a stunning thing to watch. Like, she's so unconcerned with putting anyone in their place because she just knows that she's going to step out there and just look like this absolute fucking stunning woman, like angel from fucking Christ's lips to our ears. How does she do it?
Whoa, that's a secret she'll never tell.
But here's the thing that when I was like watching the show, I was like, I wonder like what the kind of story is with Savage X Fenty, which is like this weird, like, you know, athleisure company like that collabed with like Rihanna when she was doing all her collabs before she started Fenty. Like I was like, oh, I wonder where their factories are. Like, are they considered ethical? Like, and there was like no information. And I was like, oh, Rihanna's like pulling a bit of an Ivy Park on us, and there's not actually going to be any information about how you're making these clothes so cheap. But I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with splat splop. Like maybe even smiled Playber.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a bit sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast fashion, everyone. It's killing us all. But I did buy this wig that's made out of plastic from the internet.
And what size were the hands that tied the lace?
Yeah. I always think of that like classic Karen from Will and Grace line where she's like, I hate children working in factories. I mean, look at this. A 12-year-old cannot sew a good hidden button.
Oh my god.
Evil.
Evil.
And we laugh. So there were 2 requests on the Discord this week.
I love that Zelda is the like Discord queen.
What are the requests?
The second one I forgot.
Great.
And I couldn't be bothered.
You've just been
scrolling.
demoted. You're no longer the Discord queen.
The one I do remember is, how did the Beastie Girls all meet
Meet what?
each other?
Ew.
Yes.
Well, go on then.
Beast.
That's it. Bye.
Yeah, I didn't say we would answer the question. How could I answer any question?
Well, you two met first.
I actually can't remember how I met Zelda.
We met at that honcho that we did, where Violet was in the crowd.
Oh, you were dressed as a chicken.
I was. I was chicken, and you were dressed as whatever this is.
Yes, I do remember that night. Violet Chachki came and saw us, and she said, "Oh, I missed the reveal."
Jesus. Yeah, what a lineup to perform to Violet Chachki.
You actually did one of my favorite numbers that night, and you were throwing hands on the stage.
True. I did 2 numbers that night. I did.
You did your chicken.
Yes, I did Roland Wang, which was a Taiwanese pop song, with like chicken sounds. And I did it dressed as a chicken, and I was going to do Betty by Violet Chachki, and I changed at the last minute because I was like, no, I apparently really just want to dress as a big chicken. And I did, because that was much better to impress Violet with than her own song done badly on stage.
Yeah.
And my other show was like a few songs about hands, and I
it was so funny.
Yeah, it was me with like huge pockets in a coat, the Alanis Morissette, one hand in my pocket, and every time she did it, I dropped a very loud mannequin hand onto the ground.
So you had a lot of mannequin hands, which is already great. But when they dropped to the ground, they were like maybe, I don't know, 100 decibels louder than the audio track you were listening to. I got one hand in my... And it was so funny. And just the thump each time. And it just kept coming. It was so good.
What did you perform that night?
I performed Fancy with the transitions. I'm nothing if not consistent. Yeah. And I can't remember the other one I did. Something great.
Absolutely.
Something great and hilarious.
Obviously.
Because I actually saw Violet the next day. She came into the cafe that I worked at. And she was doing an interview for Triple J, and the guys upstairs knew that I liked drag, and they brought down Violet, Detox, and Alaska. And then they walked into my cafe, and Alaska came to the front. She was like, is there a drag queen that works here? And then my friend Tom was like, yes, she's just over there. And I walked out and I was like, hello. And they were like, hi. And then Detox was like, can we photo with you? And then they're like, I was like, yes. And then we all got a photo together. And then Violet was like, I was at your show last night. You were good.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Funny.
Which was so lovely and far beyond anything I'd ever expected. They were just really nice. And that was my life made. Yeah. And then, Benign Girl, I met you when you came over to my house.
Was that the first time?
That was the first time we met in person, I think. You came to Yarraville and we were doing the video.
True.
It must have been the first time.
No, didn't you come to the Beast first?
Did we?
No,
Oh,
no. We met with Milan at the Beast.
true.
Zelda was away as well.
I was in Perth
What were you doing in Perth?
working for H&M, opening a store.
See, that's so weird. That might be the only time you've ever been away.
In another life.
Because yeah, you've been like consistently here.
True.
But like, you know, like in that time, like Benigne's been like, I went to Italy and I went to Singapore and I went to but this was the first one and Zelda was away. So me and Benign, you know, had to shoot everything ourselves.
I was but a cherub.
Yes. And I
was,
remember
such a like nervous, shy girl.
we were learning about eyebrows in my back shed, my back
Yeah.
asbestos riddled shed.
And then I was like, yeah, I remember having to like ask you like how to take off the makeup properly and stuff.
It was so nice because I was like, I didn't know you at all, and I didn't know you from Adam, honestly. But I, was like, oh God, I've just committed to doing this show where I was like, we must do a promo video and blah, blah, blah. But just committed to doing this show with this girl and I hope she's fun because I wasn't sure. Like, I don't know. I just didn't know anything about you. I hadn't heard your name before. And then you were really funny. I remember that. Being like, oh, she's funny and she's game to like film stupid things. Because you had to act that night straight away. And you were like, I did drama at high school. And I was like, oh, good. So did I. But
let's do this, girl.
Let's be idiots.
And BT first, mate.
I can't remember. I think there was like a time before, but the one I can remember is like you were performing at this like lesbian night at Laundry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was off my head and I was like watching you perform and I was like, ah! And then like I came up to you after and I was like, oh my God, I love your drag. Like, and I was like, there's so many fucking basic bitches doing drag in Melbourne. Like, we've got to do something together and blah, 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 blah. And you were like, yeah, girl, sure. Okay.
I think everyone's first impression of Zelda is always that she's a cold bitch.
No, you were like, it was a nice chitty chat, but it was definitely me being like,
you're like not even facing her, just talking to the wall.
Me, but in a mirror from across the river.
Because that's the other thing. The honcho wasn't the first time that I'd met you. It was the first time I'd seen you because I was going to the Karen screenings of RuPaul's Drag Race, which is when I started doing drag in season 7. And there was all these like cool girls that were like, you and James Andrews and Bendy Ben and Karen and stuff. And like, I was always like, those girls seem so cool and fun. And then, but it was always like impossible to get into that clique because everyone was like very like,
oh my God.
And then I don't think I could not have predicted that those awful hags would end up in my life. So.
Well, that was like when Zelda, like, because then we actually met because I posted on Eleganza.
Was Eleganza around then?
That was where I posted to advertise the gig at the Beast.
Oh my God. Psycho.
And then I was like thinking that some like newbie drag queen, like I was like, oh, long shot, I don't know who will reply to this. And I thought some like baby queen would reply being like, yeah, I'll do it. And then Zelda responded and I was like, oh my God.
I can level it. I wonder who that baby queen was.
What?
Who was the baby queen that you just left in the dust?
No. I thought that when I posted it that like that's all I'd get, like just like because no one like I'd only performed at like random things, not at any gay things, so no one like knew what I was doing
me.
or whatever.
Who is that new girl?
No one knew me.
Who's
The
that
new girl in town.
Sorry, getting off the train at Grand Central.
But then when you suggested Lazy, I remember being like, no, she's too good. She just won Dragnet. It's too popo for her. Like she can't do the gig with us. Like she's too good.
Little did you know, you were wrong.
He was popo. BG got the call from the burger place being like, we want gays.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Well, your friend was the manager there, wasn't she?
No, my friend just worked there.
Oh, and she brought it up in a staff meeting.
They had a staff meeting and she was like, we should have a drag night. My friend does drag. And they were all like, ah! Hanya!
Oh my God. I have been playing Diablo 2.
Oh, you ended up buying it.
I did. And I called my character Hanya.
R.I.P.
So
Hanya.
speaking of Hanya, she messaged me today.
What? Speak of the devil.
Saying,
you ruined my life.
Hey, I had a dream last night where you were the like celebrant at my wedding. And I was like, what?
That's spooky.
That is weird.
Yeah. So weird. But also because I don't know if I think I told one of you, but maybe not the other. I think I told you, Lazy, about Andy.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you weren't spoken to about this though, that we were having our own chat.
Yeah, that Andy, like, oh, this is like actually, I mean, not her. Beep. That, like,
I'm not going back to edit this, you stupid bitch.
A friend is getting married and potentially wants me to like be the celebrant. And
that
so we
is
might be
legendary.
like zhuzhing out the course and stuff. And so
if I was going to marry any heterosexual, it would be definitely your friend.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, like I appreciate her genre of heterosexuality.
Yeah.
It's great.
Gorgeous girl. So yeah, there you go, Discord.
Yeah, we really need to like work on the rhythms of that story, but there's a lot there. There was a few other potential Beastie Girls at that point, like a few names were thrown around apparently before they got to me, the Baby Spice. You know how Emma Bunton arrived late. You know, they had the other one, they had another Spice Girl and they got rid of her and then they got Baby Spice. Yeah.
Really?
Except I'm actually much more. That's all I have to say, just to reaffirm that I am, in fact, Jerry.
Ginger Minge.
No. Jerry.
Oh.
Jerry Horner.
No.
Gary. I am Gary.
Who's that girl?
Have you guys watched the Jerry documentary that's available on YouTube in 4 parts?
Jerry Halliwell.
Yeah, it's just called Jerry, and it was made like a few months after she left the Spice Girls.
Gerrymandering.
No, not gerrymandering. Jerry.
Jerry.
Just Jerry.
Just Jerry, you fucking stupid whore. Look at the movement when I bubble. But it's so good. Jerry is such a broken person. And like... He turns at one point to the documentary filmmaker, who's this very dry British woman, and she says, isn't it weird, like, when I started doing this documentary with you, I just did it because I wanted to have a friend. You know, I was so alone. I was so lonely. And then I asked you to do it, and it was, you know, it was just so that I could have a company. And now I've forced you to become my friend. Like, da-da-da-da-da. And, like, the woman's like, haha. And she's like, I find it extremely annoying you with the camera all the time, but it was worth it because, you know, now I have someone to talk to. And then at the end, they leave her in her giant mansion all on her own with her new adopted dog. And she's just sat there on the steps, like looking out at her future as not a Spice Girl.
Oh,
Well,
So sad.
well,
That's why,
what
like,
you get, Jerry.
Jerry is, she's such a broken woman. And she was broken by the time, she'd lived a life by the time she arrived at the Spice Girls. And that's why I love her. Like, she just had this, like, haunted behind the eyes. I used to, like, perform in Ibiza for, like, disgusting, minged out, like, crowds of people.
Did she actually?
Yeah. She
As
was, like,
what?
I think she was, like, a, like, hostess kind of gal.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she did her like racy nudes and like all of that kind of stuff, and like used to host like some random like late night call-in show that was like, you know, those
Right.
shows they used to have where they're like with hot dogs and stuff.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
Not that one. The ones they would have to fill Australian programming allocations on Channel 10 late at night. And they'd be like, the quiz name is this. Text this number now for your chance to win.
Yeah.
Daryl from Kilsyth has just won $50. We should host one of those one day.
Yes.
Yes.
All I want in life is to be hot dogs.
Hot dogs is such a like weirdly, like, you know, like of the straight male nicknames, it's like so dank that it becomes hot again.
Mm-hmm.
It is hot.
Like hot dogs.
Hot dogs, as if that was his name. It's so random.
It's like, yes.
Why do we always talk about hot dogs?
I'm happy to talk about the Logan twins if you guys were brave enough.
Oh my God.
For those of you uninitiated in Australian Big Brother, we've talked about Australian Big Brother more than anything in the world, but it's because it's part of our formative gay DNA. But Australian Big Brother...
Big Brother Uncut every night at 2 a.m.
Big Brother Uncut, which was the after show, which I don't think every country had, but like, yeah, Big Brother Uncut was where they showed the nudie Rudy bits.
Ooh.
And you just got to see all of these guys' dicks, including a guy called Hot
Honestly, what's the point? Oh yeah, just like what's the point without that? Section?
It's like you see them in the daytime having fun, then you see their dick. Yeah. They should have that like for every show.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, except this one. Ooh.
This looks like a wig that like Nicole Kidman would definitely own. Keith would make her wear it. Oh God, it's good to laugh, you know.
This is my other life. This woman,
like woman with extensions, woman with two tiers, one that finishes here, the rest that come down here.
that's my favorite, apparently. Yeah.
Booby girl.
Oh, you know how when a spider crawls across you, it's like the faintest like wisp, but it feels unlike anything else, and you're instantly like,
yeah.
Last night I was lying in bed,
Go on.
like, with like blanket very much half off, and one of the ruffles of the blanket like grazed my buttock, and I like lost my mind. I was like, and I was nearly asleep, and it was just instantly like at 1,000. But then I was like, oh, the blanket falling over. Anyway, the breastplate at the back just like unsuctioned from my spine.
Oh, that is the worst.
Oh no, it's okay. Okay.
So I was driving to pick up this wig. And as I was driving, I looked across, and outside of my window, like just on the little window sill on the outside, there was just like a cockroach. And I was like, oh, this is such like it's like this is disgusting. Like this cockroach lives in this car somewhere just full time. And then like I was stopped at a light and he was just like, hey. And I was like, oh, you're right there. It's so gross. And then I like sped up to try and get it off. And it was just like, looks like it's not gonna work.
Just still sitting.
Yeah, just like unfazed by going like 80 kilometers an hour. And it was like, woo!
Having the time of its life.
You're so cute.
I feel like much unlike the Death Note, all Australians have like a counter above their heads until the next time they see a huntsman behind like a curtain or on a wall in their house.
Yeah.
Every time you see one, it gets reset to a random number.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a huntsman in years.
Well, now you've said
and
it.
I know, but like one day they'll just be hanging out. And you put it in, you put it outside, and it's fine. But I'll be scared.
Do you put them outside?
Yeah.
I just can't
Is
be
huntsman
fucked.
like the daddy long legs one?
No, it's like the big brown hairy ones that get to about that big.
Big.
Oh yes.
But you're from Queensland. You don't give a shit. You've got those fucking like insane ones that build those massive webs between trees and then just hang there. And
they're like really like pointy or something.
Yeah, they're like got the two
They're
legs pointed
freaky.
that way and two legs pointed
Yeah,
that way.
they're fucked. Those ones are fucked.
And they're like between like two trees that are so far apart, and there'll be like a web in the middle with them being like, but they look like a tattoo of a spider. Like they look like these.
Yes, exactly.
They're so fucked. They're everywhere in Caloundra. No.
Yeah, they are all like if you walk outside at like my house at night, like don't go near the tree because you'll run into a one minute.
Oh, that is so gross.
Yeah, it's weird actually to think about how like I don't think about it anymore because it's been so long, but like walking around outside at night, you always are aware that there's going to be like a cane toad on the ground or a spider or a bat.
And
what about
constantly
in Melbourne where nothing can live?
Just a possum being like
those possums though. Because Americans like hate possums. Our possums here in Australia are really cute, but their sound is so fucked because it sounds like
It sounds like a dying witch.
Yeah, it's like it's so scary because like you see it sounds like someone's breathing in your room when they're trying to mate. And they're like,
I heard like a wombat on a show or something the other day, and it made the same noise as the possum, the wombat.
Get rid of them.
Ew.
They're a little bit more like motorcycle-y, but
What?
Like they are sound a touch more like motorcycle than
The wombat.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I don't know.
Well, emus, I didn't know, have the most terrifying call.
What?
Oh, really?
Emus. It's like super bass. Like it's so bassy that you can just like, you feel it before you hear it. It's like
Barbs.
It's so scary. Like, and they're so intimidating. Like, and they're massively tall. So yeah, not it. But yeah, huntsmen don't really bother me because they were everywhere in the hills. But yeah, redbacks have been like making a massive appearance in my life of late, which is fucked. Redbacks, for those of you who don't know, are one of the most poisonous fucking spiders in the world. They are like another spider that looks like a tattoo. They're quite small, but they have like giant, like the females have massive, shiny black butts that have like a red, like neon red stripe on the back that's like terrifying. And yeah, they're just fucked, and they're just like always around your house somewhere in Victoria. It's so fucked.
I grew up not rural, but rural/suburban, and I never saw a snake ever. And my dad is a horticulturalist, and he has very rarely seen snakes. But spiders, for real.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Dad always finds blue tongues, but never finds snakes, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, yeah.
I feel like snakes don't want to fuck with you. I mean, like, I have had 2 close encounters with snakes where, like, one time I was hiking and I ran around a corner and there was a brown snake and it was like, and it went, but I kept running because I was just like, I've got momentum. And then it just was like kind of sitting on this rock. And brown snakes, for those of you who don't know, are incredibly poisonous Australian snakes. And if I had been bitten in the middle of Wilson's Promontory on a one-day hike into the middle of nowhere, I would have not been okay because I would have not received medical attention.
Goodbye.
And then I saw a snake just the other day off the walking path near Mary Creek. I was with my friend and we were like, should we get gin? Gin's delicious. And then it was snake was like, which was fucked.
Which friend?
Nina Mulhall.
Oh, Nina.
No, you don't know.
Nah.
Shouldn't say people's full names on the internet. That's terrible.
No, you shouldn't.
Nina Mulhall. She lives near me.
Nina Mulhall.
Nina Mulbol.
Malam.
Bimby.
Bimby.
Malambimbi.
Oh, she's.
I have nothing to say about RuPaul's Drag Race, by the way.
Yeah. No.
Oh, actually, I do. Holland. Here's my Holland review.
Well, I hope
I want to.
Go on.
What?
Nothing.
Spoiler alert. I like the judging was so cooked in the second half of the season. Vivaldi should hang her head in shame. It's like so atrocious. I think that Kita was amazing. Like, obviously, it should have been her in the finale with Puni and Vanessa. Very excited that Vanessa won. It is like amazing to have back-to-back trans winners, and she was very deserving. I kind of can't decide if she, like in the ideal world, if she should have won it over Kita, because Kita was kind of amazing as well.
Well, Kita already won Australia, darling.
Well, she would have redeemed the name for the win. But yeah, amazing looks. It was a great finale episode, actually. They kind of started it on the runway and like welcomed back everyone else and kind of set it up. And then it was like 2 days ago, this happened. And then it kind of the episode normally.
And then they solve a crime.
I wish. But yeah, it was good. I actually quite warmed to the season by the end. It was no España. But yeah, good time had by the few who watched it.
Yeah, I might go back at some point. We'll see. We'll see how bored I get.
I think the looks are much more inspiring and amazing than All Star 6 for sure.
Yeah,
like across the board. So that's fun. Fred when Fred is just being Fred, amazing. When Fred is pretending to be RuPaul, like terrible. And they're just unfortunate because Supreme just didn't do that.
Yeah.
And it Spain was much better for it. So
yeah.
I thought, yeah. But that's okay.
It's a trick. Yeah, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't in so many ways, because like you got to find that balance.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, I guess if you're on Spain, you don't get damned. You're just fine. Good Catholic.
And are you excited for Priscilla, the host of Italia?
I don't know anything about Italia, and I resent its existence, to be honest.
Why?
Because when I was in Italy with my then boyfriend, I was like, let's go and see some drag shows in Rome. And he's like, I don't think there are drag queens in Italy. Well, apparently they just invented them because now we've got Drag Race Italia. So either my ex-boyfriend is a liar or the show is a liar.
No, that was also, remember when I was there I was in Italy and I was messaging you about it, I think. And
Mm.
I remember you said that, and I was like, surely not. And then I did so much research trying to find a bar to watch the final at, and there was just nothing. And I was in Florence.
Yeah, see, fuck that. I reckon they're lying. They're just doing it for attention.
Actually, do you know what? They'd be in like Milan.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. Who knows? Maybe not. If you're not in Rome, are you in Italy, right, guys?
It is the Italian woman to go over there and start some drag.
Yeah, Zelda's the only Italian drag that I know of.
Cool.
Okay, should we start Drag Race UK?
Yay!
Let's do it.
Okay.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Bear with.
Refreshing your stream.
I'm ready when you are.
BBC.
Wait, did you guys start it?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
Hello, hello.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK, you need to deliver 2 looks that help us get to know you even better. Victoria Stone.
What a fantastic impact you yourself have made on the show.
Matt Lucas was such a shit first judge.
Yeah, what? Why does he suck?
I don't know.
Was
He
he
just seems like a massive
Supposed to be
introvert.
funny.
He's one of those funny people that's not funny IRL. Like,
Well,
only...
that's like, it's funny that they're them and Chris Lilly are the versions of each other, and that's what Chris Lilly's like in real life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Electra Fence.
My goodness, you could have done so much bigger with that.
Electra Fence.
Oh, that makeup is insane.
I
How is
think
everyone
maybe
calling...
they were a bit... Oh,
Just everyone
What were you
saying
gonna
that
say?
Anubis was Zelda Moon.
I'm
what?
blocking that one out, girlfriend.
What?
Yeah, all the comments are like, Anubis is Zelda.
Oh, come on.
I'm so happy that I'm still here.
What's that?
I can't believe that 80s music chick was in the top 3.
That
That's
was
so annoying to me.
Donkulous.
Brighton is quaking right now.
Get all the drag queens in the line and say, bitch, you better step it up.
Get all the drag queens in a line.
Go on, girl.
We're selling mattresses super cheap here today in Brighton. Brighton is shaking right now.
Oh my god.
Wait, where's Victoria? Is she getting up medical help?
Oh.
So is that shots for the other girls never come to you in a lip sync? Don't come to me.
James Andrews was saying the way that she was doing those knee leg bounces was absolutely like a dancer's wife's nightmare. Like, you know, when she was like springing on her legs sideways, she's like, she's gonna break her knee.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm okay. I don't know what hurts more, being so close to that.
Oh no, honey.
Oh, Eureka.
Yeah.
Oh.
Straight out the gate. Are you worried that this could fuck everything up for you?
Yeah. I have some experience with this. Thank you, Kate Bush.
Oh my god. That was not what Victoria Scone was doing. She was not assaulting guests.
Well, maybe she would have won if she had. We know that you're a little cum dump slut.
Yeah, bottom runner. She's got a mic going over her head.
Just warning you, girlie, that badge is fucking heavy. Wait, my tits are heavy too.
They all have mics in their wigs.
What I'm capable of, so.
Like musical theatre mics.
That's hectic.
Getting so close to that badge is
This is what Willem warned us about.
I will get that room.
Oh! That is how I feel when I take off a breastplate. My little steps.
Drag Race superstar will receive an all-expenses paid trip to
Lazy
Hollywood
Susan.
to create their own digital
Busted
series
Boozin'.
with Drag Race.
Do we?
With Michelle Visage.
Oh,
Oh, you're right. Wait, no, not yet. Do we?
I don't know. Maybe after the.
Yeah.
It's a new day in the workroom, and I won last week. I'm competition, huh? Crystal, how does it feel? It feels brilliant, darling. I'm just so used to it already. Like I'm expecting, you know.
Monster High doll.
Girls.
Jesus.
Were you expecting to win the first challenge? I mean, I looked in the mirror and I was just like, yeah, she's this.
Oh my god.
That badge win.
Gone straight to her tiny head. I'm sorry, I can't get it. So big. Electra, how are you feeling after having to lip sync Big Ol' Lie? Do you know what? It gave me that thing. It gave me that power. It reminded me of like.
she does have a tiny, tiny head.
Mm.
Everyone on the runway.
They should have to rank each other based on their head size.
You mean that River was funny? Am I scared?
They really, like, even the internet has been frothing this pointing moment. She pointed, but it wasn't Laugh Factory.
Well, guess again.
I'm a little bit worried.
Who's gonna bring it there, girl?
Wait, is Veronica Ween wearing a crop top?
Yes. Oh, she has a.
Wearing a what?
bottom pierced. She has her belly button pierced.
Of course she does. She's a little cum dump slut.
Oh,
She's a little jizz dumpster baby.
bless her comfort.
Oh my god.
She sold the bottom half of her shirt for some more cum. My sister's covered in cum.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys this. I have a funny story about
To make an LT
that that I can't say on camera.
My sister is covered in cum.
Help her. She's covered in
Help cover my sister in cum. She's begging to be covered in cum. Oh,
Oh my.
Now, Crystal.
Me.
What?
yes. I love supermarket sweep.
Here's how the game works. Hidden in those shells.
Lesbians.
Products with special prices. Find them and then assign them to the queen it best describes.
Okay, I love my power game. This is gonna be up. Hey, stop.
Is she doing bits?
You're looking for the star buy, your biggest competition. Ready? Set.
Who had to cover this trolley in glitter?
I know which queen gets the star buy. Who is your biggest competition?
Well, the biggest.
Thanks, Kristen.
Oh,
Now you're looking for the
bitchy.
which queen has the trashiest taste?
All of a sudden, that like fat joke thing is really not okay when it's like,
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Which queen has the
not that it was ever like tasteful, but
she just knew that you were harming homosexual men.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the deal with fat jokes is that everyone has to be like fully on board. Like the person saying it has to be like, I like fat jokes about myself. Please do not feel bad about doing them. Like, I feel like that is one of the things that Eureka always does. Is she's like, I make fat jokes.
I have seen Crystal.
Yeah. Oh, I turned right off that one.
Oh, yeah. No.
I should have known when she wore a corset on the outside.
Insert eye roll here. Of course. Roll back chips. Very, very arch. You're looking for the dog.
Oh. You stay away from Theresa May.
Oh my God. I just had to step away for a second.
Goodbye.
Are you happy with all of your decisions?
Yeah, pretty fitting to be honest.
You made Victoria Stone your star by your biggest competition.
Oh, just lean in on that one.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Baby. Very, very rude.
And that had nothing to do with her almost beating you last week? You called River Medway bargain bin queen. Why is that?
You have to look at last week's episode, eh?
You're not.
Theresa is the only one that can see the cameras.
Of the day, the trade of the season.
Oh. Ugh.
Ew, I can't deal with that.
Veronica Green was out of date.
Clearly.
Watch it, kiddo. Very high barriers. Good joke.
Demon baby.
Log off to a lesser offense. Why is that?
Well, we're doing like 10 tricks on stage which they do, so.
Okay.
Jeez, wait.
So you can join me if you dare.
Oh.
Shady bitch.
I think it's time to leave and focus on getting our bodies.
I'll get you whipped into shape.
Taxi challenge. You need to become dance instructors for my
Woo!
concept.
Oh, what is happening?
Dragathon. Hashtag Drag Race UK. Now you'll be working in 3 groups, each with its own unique workout program. Theresa May, Bannon and Milan, Electra Fence. You are going to be my ride or die. Spinning for your stationary cycles.
Okay.
Versace, River Medway, Veronica Green.
What is this concept?
They're doing that like classic
but not behaving.
tele sales style thing.
You're the baby sizers. Yummy mommy working out with their bundles of joy.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking for a little inspiration, a little perspiration, and a whole lot of ass. Grace, start your engine.
Okay, let's call it there.
Pause, everyone.
We've arrived back at that classic time where we pause and just continue this episode on the Patron. Yes.
Everyone, you might know by now, but UK Drag Race is a Patreon exclusive.
Sorry.
Okay, back to water. Hang out with these guys.
I did not like anything that just came out of your mouth. Okay, we'll see you on the Patreon. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.